Fragrance du Bois is one of the top luxury brands out there, and here are my top 5 Fragrance du Bois for the spring. At number 5, it's Solstis. Now, Solstis is an interesting fragrance. It's a spicy, woody fragrance, and it's kind of structured like a Ventus, but it's nothing like a Ventus, if you could swallow that. It opens with green apple. There's also bergamot, mandarin, there's pink pepper, then there's neroli, black pepper in the mid, and there's nutmeg, and also vetiver and vanilla. And what this fragrance is kind of like is like a black tea that's been sweetened with green apple and vanilla. And the vetiver in the mid and the other notes come across almost like pencil lead or something. So it has a very kind of serious side to it that is balanced by the sweeter notes like the vanilla. It's perfect for this weather, and I guess that's why it's called Solstice, because it's a combination of the the bright and the dark, and it just works great for the transitional weather. And it lasts for so long. I put it on a 12-hour flight once, and I could still smell it when I got off. It's very strong fragrance. And number 4, it's London Spice, which I believe replaced the London Oud in their lineup. They removed the Oud and they made a fragrance that's a lot brighter and fresher. It's a 1960s style fougere that opens with beautiful photorealistic mint, and there's also lavender and sea notes, and then there's nutmeg. It's just so gorgeous. It just reminds me of London in the springtime in the 1960s, and there's just so much depth there because of the spices, and the sea notes give it so much lift. And it's, I don't really like kind of old school fougères that much, but I have to admit London Spice is a very beautiful composition, and it lasts forever, unlike a lot of citrusy fragrance. It's certainly worth a try if that's your cup of tea. Now, at number 3, it's Milano. Milano is a beautiful leather fragrance. It's so unique because it has these kind of melony, fruity notes combined with saffron, combined with incense. And give it this kind of sense that you're biting into one of these fruity panettones in Rome in the spring. It's just so gorgeous and so unique. And I honestly don't know why it doesn't get more love. If you go to Fragrantica, they give a rating like 3.8 or something like that, or maybe even lower. It's just ridiculous. And even a lot of the YouTubers that I respect actually give this a very high rating. So I don't know what's going on in Fragrantica. Don't overlook it if you like the unique leather fragrances. Now at number 2, there's Sahraa Oud. Now this is one of many people's favorite Fragrance du Bois fragrances. It's a rose oud fragrance. It's very bright and very clean. It opens with grapefruit, and in the mid you have rose, geranium, and patchouli. And the geranium kind of sharpens the rose to give it a lot of this kind of almost silvery-like feel, and the patchouli is a beautiful, clean patchouli. I'm reminded of Coromandel by Chanel. I'm also reminded of Portrait of a Lady. It's that kind of impression that you get. And then in the dry down, there's beautiful saffron, beautiful oud, but it's the very clean oud that Fragrance du Bois uses. A lot of people complain that their fragrances aren't oudy enough just because they don't stink. I actually have one of their fragrances called Borneo Oud. It's pure oud, and it's real oud, okay? So they use real oud. It's just a cleaner variety of oud, and people just have to wrap their heads around the fact that oud can smell very different. I have Indonesian oud from Maria Rilke that smells like Coca-Cola. There's also ouds that smell kind of like mint used in Maria Rilke's creme de la creme. So oud can smell like anything. So anyway, Sahraa Oud is a very beautiful, uplifting, and very crisp rose oud, perfect for the spring weather. And at number 1, it's Heritage. Now, Heritage is this gorgeous, gorgeous iris and aldehyde scent with oud and incense. It's just so beautiful. If you like Pico Viadama by Xerjoff or Amouage Goldman, it's like that, but even better. It's so uplifting. The aldehydes just give it this sparkle. And the iris is listed as orris, and normally with orris, as opposed to iris flower, it can be kind of chewy kind of iris, like you get in in Amouage Reflection, man. But here it's not like that at all. It's powdery, but powdery, clean, sophisticated, like a clean towel in a 5-star Knightsbridge hotel. That's what you get from Heritage. And the dry down has this beautiful warming oud. I sprayed it on my skin last night and about 14 hours ago, and I can still smell it. A lot of people on Fragrantica say, oh, it's just a skin sander, it just dries down to musks right away. But I disagree. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I like Pico Via Dama a lot, but it's very strong and it's almost like clubbing yourself over the head sometimes. And I do not like Amouage Gold, man. To me, it smells like death. It smells like a hospital where people are just waiting to die. But this Heritage is just so beautiful if you like that style of fragrance. Now, if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, my new novel, The Orphean, came out in September. It's a day in the life of a men's fashion and fragrance influencer on his way to meet his estranged daughter in a very Kafkaesque world. I strongly encourage you to check it out. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for listening.